Hi and welcome back. This is a video and has been asked a lot about the new talisman of Yasmine and to see what is better, the old or the new one. So as you see, my Yasmine has all the gears done, skins are done, all of them include the super skin of physical attack, then artifacts is maxed out, Spark of Power done, and Glyphs is level almost 50, which is very similar to level 40. So this will be a max out Jasmine level 40 approx. Okay, there's not too much difference between 40 to 50 or 55. Okay, for the talismans, the first one is critical hit and agility. Agility 2000 is physical attack 6000. Okay, you multiply by 3. And then critical chance, I think it will be around 5000. The new talisman, and we see here, is dodge and physical attack. In my case, the physical attack I have got is a little bit more over 10,000 physical attack and 4,000 of dodge. Okay, so in other words, you get 4,000 more physical attack and 4,000 of dodge in exchange of 5,000 of critical hits. What works better? Okay, so let's go to the test that I already ran to go faster. Okay, my teams, I put a dummy here in the middle to be easier to compare. Okay, so let's go to the first team. The first team I provide is Aurora Tristan Oya with Jasmine Fafnir. Okay, new and old talisman. Going with the normal anti-critical hit teams. Okay, I got 10-0. You see here, almost I lost the battle here, and this is important because not every time you run this, this is 10-0, 10-0. Sometimes we need to run multiple times. I don't have time or to run everything, but you can compare here. To be honest, here the same. There is not too much different, a little bit unreliable. This team, honestly, is that if you remove Orion and you put Astrid will be better, particularly against Yasmine. But you see 10-0, okay, both of them. Then we go with the option of, is not the same? Oh yeah, I know what I was doing here. Sorry. Okay, like this better. Okay. So what I did here is I took a Jasmine, max Jasmine, okay, level 80 if I don't remember wrong, and also it has a little bit more of Oya, and Fafnir has 20k more than my Fafnir, but I honestly think my Fafnir is better because it's tuned to make Fafnir ultimate faster. But in other words, look, despite you look, the difference is 60k. The real difference here is only Jasmine mainly and a little bit of Oya. I think it's Oya level 60. But I wanted to show you the difference when you increase the glitch of one or two heroes. What is the result? So I'm going with the same team, you get 6-4. But as we see when we see the result, like how many heroes I lost, there were times where I was losing 3 heroes, leaving only 2, which means it's not a reliable team. Okay, I only wanted to show you because the result you are seeing was when we are talking about max out teams level 40, but when we are talking, oh, we have 1 or 2 heroes level 80 or level 70 or above, something changed, okay? But in the moment that when you do this, you see that you are losing, like, for example, here 3 heroes, means that this team is not probably the best, okay? Then the next one, what I have done is I go with, it was this, 3, and what I did this again. Oh yeah, what I did here is, okay, you see, you put Astrid instead of Orion, you get 10-0. So this is the team that kills this team. And you don't care if you don't have a level 80 or 70 heroes. This team here, instead Iris, that I think is level 55, the rest is level 40. But you are able to beat this team, okay? Almost a 700k team. And the reason is you choose the correct heroes, then honestly, only few times you will need to have glyphs about 40 to be able to beat it. So you see, if I go here, I am going to kill, but for example, here was very close, okay, very close. So probably there will be another team that will be better. Only I wanted to show you like, okay, to kill this, you only need to remove Orion and put Astrid, okay? So let's go again, same team, but in that case, I'm going with a common team I was using before, which is MAM, so Masi, Albanor, and Mojo. I usually put 2 of them, I don't put 3 of them. In that case, because it's Jasmine, you put Fafnir, Astaroth, Astaroth bans the energy of Fafnir, and also provides to you resurrection. I provide Astrid because in an Astrid, when ultimates, the whole thing is the weapon armor, but no Lucas. So Jasmine will attack Lucas, which is perfectly fine. You will not attack the hero. Okay, so I did a comparison here on what is the result. So if I go against the old talisman, I get a 10-0, and here looks, as you see, it's not reliable at all, the team. But you run it, oh, I ran 10-0. Okay, if you go with the new talisman, it's 4-6. Okay, and if, sorry, 9-1, with my team, the only change is the talisman, but if I go against this Jasmine that is level 80, is 4-6, okay? As you see, it's not ideal. I was testing this team. I will test what is the correct team, what team I will use to kill this team. But you see a comparison here, and honestly, I don't see that much difference between the old and new talisman for this particular team, and makes sense because the extra dodge of Jasmine, because it's in 4th position, is really not that relevant, okay? Anyways, let's go to the next team. The next team is using the traditional Jasmine with Sebastian and Astaroth, and then you put Lara, because with Sebastian is very good, and then you put Aiden to protect Jasmine from critical hit teams. So when I go with my Corvus, Morgan, Iris, Astrid, and Helios, okay, Morgan to avoid the resurrection of Astaroth, Corvus to do critical hits against Jasmine with the altar, Iris for the marks of Jasmine, and also to take care of Lara. Astrid, of course, to for what I mentioned before, and also give you armor. And Helios is the anti-critical hits teams. Okay, my Helios, my role of the talisman of Helios is 15,000 armor penetration, a little bit above 15,000. Okay, so it's a very good role. Anyways, 10-0 for both of them, no difference here. And then I went replacing Corvus and using Anbari, and I got also 10-0. Okay, why I did this? Imagine you have another team that use Kayla. Okay, Kayla, Oya, Tristan, and then you will like to kill Kayla. You need Corvus in that team, so I put Anbari. Anbari is a good counter against Jasmine. Okay. Then the next team was very similar to the previous one, but I played with Kayla and Sebastian. This is a good team I have seen before because Sebastian reduced the front hero, so very good for Oya. It gives you critical hits, pure damage, very good for Jasmine and Oya, and then you have Kayla that jumps in the middle. So again, I go to exactly the same team with Astaroth, and you get 10-0. Okay, the next one was otherwise. What I did is I fight using the Julius Sebastian, so Julius, Judge, Isaac with Jasmine and Sebastian, and I got 10-0 against this combo, which used the new talisman of Faceless, which I don't recommend. I think the old one is better, and it used the new talisman of Astaroth, and it's better, the new talisman of Astaroth, but you still get 10-0. However, when you go to the old one, which is the old talisman of Faceless with the new talisman of uh, Jorgen and the old talisman of Astaroth, you see the difference here between the new and the old talisman. Okay, looks like the new talisman is 10-0, whereas this is 9-1. I have tested this multiple times before, and sometimes you get 9-1 here and you get 10-0 here, so there is not too much difference here, as you can see. Then the next team is the team where we use, where I think this team, I thought it was going to change, this new talisman was going to be good, is when you use it as a first line in a Dante Octavia team. In this case, you use Sebastian for the critical hits, and then you use this with Lara and Jasmine, okay? Here is the traditional team I used to before, which was Astaroth with Anbari, Nebula, Heidi, and Cascade. The idea is Anbari with Cascade will kill Jasmine as soon as possible, Astaroth for resurrection and burning the energy of Lara. Okay, and then Heidi for the pure damage against the back part of the team. Okay, so 9-1 using both talismans. Then the next version was using the Fafnir Astrid version. Okay, and Barry and Arachne to take, the idea is you will kill soon or later Jasmine, and then Arachne will stop Dante to dodge, which will stop also Octavia. So at the end you need to fight against Lara Sebastian. Okay, 9-1 here. As you can see, you almost don't lose, but sometimes you lose the whole match, but only to survive. Versus the new talisman, and then 10-0 versus the sorry, 9-1 versus the old talisman, 10-0 versus the new talisman. Okay, this is surprising. I was expecting to completely the opposite. And again, you probably will need to run this multiple times, particularly with Dante Octavia, because there is a lot of things in play. There is a lot of critical hits, dodge, and then this is randomness. So I will recommend when you do this test, at least testing 6 times 10, so 60 test 6-0, okay, to be able to test it. But in that case, looks like in this case, the new talisman was better than the old talisman. It's expected as a first line, but not that much difference as I was expecting. The next one, it was very similar, but I put Judge instead of Arachne because Judge will protect my Astaroth and it will protect, sorry, my Ambari and it will protect Fafnir. Fafnir has very low armor on purpose, so Jasmine will attack Fafnir in this case and also will do a lot of stuns. Then it will stop, particularly works well against Lara because stuns work well against Lara. No difference between old and new talisman. Okay. The next match was very similar, but now I go directly with Ambari, Nebula, Heidi, with Astrid and Cascade, 8-2 for the new talisman, 9-1 from the old talisman. Okay, and finally using the triple tank. Okay, with Astrid and Satori. Okay, 10-0 here against this team, but honestly, this is super random. It's not super stable team against the new talisman. Why? Probably because Jasmine will dodge more, it will get marks of the Satori, and then you will kill Jasmine because it has too many marks. The next one is 6-4, okay, as you can see. Not ideal, it's 6-4. And then the final one, I think it was, I think I duplicate, oh yeah, I duplicate this only to show you how random it is. Like 10-0, 6-4, it will look like than the all talisman is better because 6-4, but I run exactly the same and I get 8-2. Okay, exactly the same result with the old and the new talisman. This is what I'm talking like. It's very, there is that much randomness in these battles that you need to test multiple times because you test here, oh, they work the same, and you test here, oh, it works much better than new talisman. Okay, as you can see, are exactly the same teams, only run 2 times. Okay. Finally, what I did is the option of using Lara with Astrid, also a good option versus Jasmine and Lara. And you get 9-1 with the new talisman and 10-0 with the old talisman. Well, I got this. And finally, I think I went with Ambari, Nebula, Heidi with Cascade and Lara, and you get 6-4 for the new talisman and 9-1 for the old talisman. So, short version, if you play Jasmine as a first line, like this case with Dante Octavia, the new talisman looks better. Okay, particularly you have a very strong Jasmine, level 80 or level 70 or above. I will recommend the new talisman. Anywhere else, you are not going to get anything because this 4000 dodge will not give you anything when she's in third or in fourth position. It's very far from them. And 4000 physical attack versus 5000 critical hits, I will say 5000 critical hits makes a little bit better. Remember that Jasmine gets around 30k of dodge and critical hits when she ultimates. So really there is not that much difference. And 4000 up, 4000 down when she attacks 10 times. What you need is you need Sebastian for the pure damage, or you need something that gives you armor penetration like Tristan is what you need, right? So at the end you have this, like Jasmine is going to kill yes or yes 99% of the time. So this 4000 more or less of physical attack is not too valuable. Okay. Finally, I know that I didn't show you how to kill this team. Where I think this team here properly. Okay, let's try to simulate together to see how we can kill. This is Jasmine level 80, I think, or I believe. So for me, when we have this team, what I used to do was this thing here. So this one here, Cascade to do damage, but Cascade is very far now. So I will put Astrid to avoid, and then probably I will go with Iris, and then probably with Helios, and then here I will put Nebula. This is what I probably do, but I would like to see what happens. This is what makes sense to me, honestly, to be the counter of this team always. Okay, you lose sometimes Nebula, but everything else works well. Please note that I am using now the new talisman of Astaroth. Okay, so this looks like it works well. Let me redo the battle. And then Helios, particularly Helios with the new talisman that they are selling right now, by the way, with in the shop for coins. Take it, okay? The talisman of Helios is super important because if not Helios, you need Orion, which means you need a second hero here. And then you cannot put Nebula, you cannot put Astrid, and then it does not work. get the talisman, because the talisman of Helios gives you around 15,000 of armor penetration, and I think Yasmine has around 15,000 magic defense, which means it's able to do all the damage that Helios need to do. Okay, this is what I will do. Other options here could be, let's go with Dante, Iris, Nebula, Octavia, and then probably Martha. Martha new old talisman, okay, not the new one. Never mind, she has enough health. This in theory should work also. I think should work. A2, okay, it didn't work always. So probably here I will do something like Dante, Octavia, Iris, and then Astaroth. Something like this could work also. I don't know about Oya picking up Iris, but 9-1. Yeah, the problem here is it picks Iris. So another possibility here could be Astaroth, Dante, Octavia, Astrid. You need Astrid here. And then I was thinking Nebula, but I will not put Nebula here. Something like this. I need to be something that gives you more life and gives you power here. And maybe I don't remember who will have lower armor here for sure. Oh, for sure, Helios. No, that is not a good idea. Need something that has a lot of armor and is able to survive to the attack. Something like this should work in theory with something else. Mm. Maybe Ambari, I don't know. But I don't want to put Ambari here. Other possibility is Corvus Morgan, right? Because also the minions of Morgan will have lower armor and then Jasmine will attack the minions, but you get 2-8. It's not a good idea. Okay, so let me Astrid. And really, you don't need Dante Octavia here. So Dante, I think honestly, Dante Iris is the key with Astaroth. And then other possibility I was not thinking here is what happens if I go with this. Okay, like my own Jasmine. This could work. 6-4. No. And trying not to use the anti-critical hit teams for this one. Dante, Octavia. No, let me go. Oh, he. This should work also. So faceless. But this will work. If works, is because my Fafnir is modified to do this type of things. Okay, but in theory it should work. 10-0. The reason is we can see a video. See who is going to be who will target Jasmine. Okay, this is very important. The idea here is fall damage, and I have the protection of Aiden. Aiden is very good in critical hits and against critical hits because the seal of Aiden may survive the hero. Okay, let's see if Jasmine is able to ultimate, and it's okay. She dies before this. Wow, but you see, it's quite easy to kill this thing in this way. Okay, so it's another manner to kill. You see, it's level 80. Jasmine and probably Oya is a little bit higher because Maya is 122, 140. So we'll assume 65, 70 Oya. Okay, so as you see, there is always like this thing, which it will work. Okay, we were not able to see, but probably the hero here with the lower armor or is Aiden or is Fafnir. Okay, because I did on purpose this to have very low armor in Fafnir because it's very good for Jasmine to try to kill Fafnir. Then Aiden put a seal. Then Fafnir is completely charged. You get physical attack plus the ultimate of Fafnir, which then Kayla is going to go hammer with everything and probably combined with the armor penetration of Tristan. Okay, so short version, and to be transparent with you guys, instead you play the version of Jasmine, Dante, Octavia, Sebastian, so this version here, the one that Jasmine go in first line. Anything else, there is no difference between the old and the new talisman. Okay, completely honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more when I saw the test. Also, I will do a video about this because some people has asked, is the talisman of Astaroth. Okay, the new one. As you see, now instead of having 40k of my defense, I have 43 and 28,000 of armor. I have the opposite, 43 of armor, 28 of my defense, and health is almost a million of health with the new talisman. You can see here the roll is 110, and then it will be almost 15,000 of armor or 15,000 of armor. Okay, I will do a video of this. Another one that you guys, you can get it is surprisingly good despite you lost magic attack here, and I have a very good roll here of magic attack. You lost around 20,000 of magic attack, but the new talisman giving 12,000 of armor to a hero that doesn't have armor, but giving you also on top a plus 150k of health made Maya much more reliable. I already use in battles. As you see now, Maya can have close to a half million of health, which I didn't finish the armor glyphs, as you can see here. Okay, I will do in the next event, but close to 18,000 of armor go very well against Dante Octavia. Okay, so Heidi Nebula with Maya and Barry and Astaroth is solving a lot of problems now for me than I didn't have I had before. Some particular lines, the typical Dante Nebula Magic Heroes Octavia with this thing works very well. Okay, so hope it helps, and let me know if I miss anything you would like to test, and I will test it. Have a good day.